Let me tell you a story. And this isn't just any story, it feels more like a legend, a piece of mythology. It's the tale of the world's youngest ever chess grandmaster. So let's just get right to the big question. How on earth does a 12-year-old kid reach the absolute summit of the chess world? I mean, this is a title that seasoned players chase their entire lives, and most never get there. Well, the answer to that question involves, believe it or not, a magical talking knight, and one single move that just left the entire world speechless. And yeah, we're absolutely going to break down that moment, so you're going to want to stick around for this. To really get this story, you first have to understand the kid behind the title. And Sergei Karyakin, well, he was a different kind of genius right from the very beginning. Think about it like this. While other kids his age were playing with Legos, Sergei was busy building his opening repertoires. While they were trying to memorize their multiplication tables, he was memorizing hundreds of variations of the Sicilian defense. For him, this wasn't just some board game, it was everything. And this quote right here, it just says it all. When his parents told him to go play outside, 5-year-old Sergei said this. He already saw the 64 squares as this whole other universe, a place that existed completely beyond normal time and space. Okay, so this is where the story goes from just child prodigy to something, well, something straight out of a fantasy novel. Let's talk about the knight's secret training. So the legend goes that one night, while Sergei was asleep, probably dreaming of chess moves, the little white knight piece on his board literally came to life, hopped right off, and offered to be his personal mentor. Talk about a call to adventure. And this wasn't your average, boring chess practice. I mean, look at this list. He was learning how to fork sleeping dragons, how to dodge traps set by shadow bishops, solving puzzles in 4 dimensions. His training was this epic, imaginative quest. And this was the crucial lesson his mystical teacher gave him. Chess wasn't just about cold, hard math. No, it was about courage, it was about deep strategy, and maybe most important of all, it was about imagination. It was about the art of the game. And the results of this, let's call it unconventional training, well, you can't argue with them. By age 7, he was routinely beating adults. By 9, he was beating masters. And by just 11 years old, he was already taking down grandmasters. The speed of his rise is just mind-blowing. So, armed with this incredible skill set, he steps onto the biggest stage in the world. Welcome to the Tournament of Titans. You really have to picture the scene, right? This 12-year-old kid walks into a huge hall filled with the greatest chess minds on the planet. You can just hear the whispers. Who's the kid? Is he lost? People were probably wondering if he needed a booster seat. Nobody took him seriously. But then he started to play, and those whispers of doubt turned into gasps of total shock. This quote from a veteran grandmaster he beat just says it all. Imagine training for 30 years only to be completely taken apart by a child. And it all comes down to this, the final match for the Grandmaster title. You've got 12-year-old Sergei on one side, and on the other, a veteran known for his hyper-aggressive style, a guy they called the Iron King. It was the ultimate David versus Goliath showdown. And that brings us to the game itself, the pivotal, history-making match that chess fans now call the Immortal Child's Game. You could feel the tension in the air. Everybody was on the edge of their seat. The Iron King, true to his name, just comes out swinging, launching this massive attack, trying to crush the kid early. The pressure was unbelievable. Sergei seemed to be playing defense, just absorbing the pressure, maybe even letting his opponent think he had him on the ropes. And then, at the absolute perfect moment, he did this, a brilliant rook sacrifice. This is the move we promised you. To everyone watching, it looked like madness, giving away one of your most powerful pieces for what looked like absolutely nothing. The Iron King was stunned. But see, that was the genius of it. It was, as he later said, a trap within a trap. He saw so many moves ahead. He was luring the Iron King into what looked like a winning position, but was actually a fatal checkmate sequence. 3 moves later, it was all over. And with that one incredible victory, Sergei Karyakin didn't just win a tournament, he completely rewrote the history books, setting a record that, to this day, still stands. Just let that sink in for a second. 12 years and 7 months old. the youngest person in the history of chess to become a Grandmaster. It's a record that has never been broken. Absolutely monumental. And later that night, after his historic win, the magical knight appeared one last time, and it told him, "You don't need me anymore. The board is inside you now." He had finally learned it all. He wasn't just a student anymore. He was a true master. You know, Sergei's story is just this amazing reminder of what is possible when you combine intense focus with pure imagination. And it kind of leaves us with one final thought. In the grand game of your own life, what's your next opening move?